Testing, 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 testing. Waiting for everything to load. Do we have audio? It seems we have audio. I changed nothing. I did nothing. I just restarted the software and it began working. Well, that's just jolly, isn't it? Well, okay, well, that gives me a good opportunity to just start over. So, this is the horn relay from my van, and it's broken. It doesn't connect properly because the contacts are all oxidized to hell, and I'm just gonna kind of put that in there instead. And now quite delayed since audio wasn't working. So let's just try and figure out how this thing works. It's a 3-terminal relay, common something. It's got a diode hidden in there, which we need to consider. This is bloody streaming garbage. This is so annoying. It took about 10 minutes to get it working, even though I haven't changed a single thing since the last time I was using it. Now that is just so incredibly annoying. Okay, so let's just get a book, or rather a piece of paper, and draw the pin out of this relay out. So we've got something like that with bar, bar, bar. So the relay is going to connect between one end is going to that one. I would wager this end is going to that one, yeah. So we've got the relay contacts between those, like so. And that means we've got the coil between two of them. I'm going to have to choose the worst piece of paper I could possibly find tonight. I'm surprised you don't bypass it with a big MOSFET, lol. I wouldn't use a MOSFET if... No, that's just going to break and explode and take forever to get working. So we've got... what? Are these shorted together? Why are these shorted together? It could just be very low resistance coil. Yeah, 36 ohm coil there. So that gives us choke there. Okay. And we... yeah, we're not going to see the diode in there since there's such a low resistance coil in there as well. So now we just need to figure out how to get these pieces out, and I'm just going to snip them as much as possible. Snip. That's probably a bad idea. Let's just snip this a bit higher up. Snip. And these are not going to be easily snippable. We need some bigger snips. Oh, we got snips. I've been watching too much Big Clive. Oh. Man noises. There we go. So then we've got the cross diode for the coil EMF sensors. Well, it's actually a bit weird. This is controlled by a mechanical switch, not the ECU, so I don't quite see why they would bother with that. I suppose it's a good thing, it does prolong the life of the switch, but not really necessarily necessary. And put some water on the soldering iron, because I'm one of those people who just do not get along with this brass wigs you get for soldering iron. curly brass wigs. And we need to install a bigger tip, because this is not going to cut it at all. $10mm tip for the OU2901 is the best soldering tip I ever knew. These will take on anything at all, as you're going to witness. Where's my solder? There's my solder. So how are we actually going to get this on there? Well, this is accessible. I'll just let's not cut that short. Usually on these, the coil is there. We'll just measure to verify and wrap that down. That's probably a good idea. Square, connector, 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 connector. I will place a bet, coil across there. And it seems I was wrong. Oh yeah, the coil is across these guys actually, yeah. There we go, there's the coil. So, choke. And then it's going to be the connector connecting between usually this guy and those guys. Yeah, like so. So it's probably going to be sitting at like that one. Yeah, so that means we're going to be connecting between these two. So those are the ones we want to use. Like so. What about making an adapter to use an ordinary square auto relay? Too much work. Too much work. Besides, I don't have any auto relays, I just have, this is the closest thing I could dig up in the box. God, this is the worst piece of paper I ever owned. So, since we've got the choke between those, this is going to be our choke, we can, how easy is it to just monger that over. So this guy is going to go to that one, and this guy is going to go to that one, as well as one end of a choke. So that's relatively easy. We could probably just dead bug it, put it on like that and take some leads down. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Just use installation wire, thick stuff. I'm going to fetch some, back in a sec. Remote snip. By the way, I don't for a second believe that this relay is actually capable of breaking 20 amps probably, because there's no way these pins could actually take 20 amps. So it's a horrible Chinesium rated relay. So I want to start by taking a lead from this relay contact out a bit. Let's give you a bit more zoom. So let's just see if that'll take tin properly. Probably. Oh yeah. Oh no, is that? Oh yeah, it's soldering just fine. There we go. And then we want some solder. Let's just do it there. And yeah, I'll do that one last. So strip our wire. Someone says as if the horn is 20 amps anyway. Yeah, it's not going to be, but it's going to require a fair amount of grunt to break. I could probably get away with just using a normal like mains relay for this. But since I found an auto relay feeder, might as well. It's not that critical an application. I've been driving around without a horn for a rather long time anyway, since it just broke one day. So we'll bend that like so, and solder it on there. Reflow that. There we go. That should be on there decently. Now that's one of the contacts, so we'll do that as that one, so we can snip it right about there. Strip off some more. And I will do, let's see, that's going to be one side of a contact, I think. No, there's going to be, hang on, how on earth does this go together? This is one side of a relay, this is the other side of a relay, and this is only the choker. Huh. Weird. It's confusing when this thing is so convoluted, really, but looking at it a bit more, yeah, that makes perfect sense. So we're going to want to, yeah, this one's just going to go to a relay choke. So this guy is going to go to that one. So we can just, yeah, solder that, blob it on there. There we go, properly blobbed. That's another wire right off of camera just because I can't be bothered. Let's just get a relay in there, make sure we get the alignment somewhat sensible. Yeah, like so. Good enough. Alright, yeah, that's actually a really crappy solder joint. I'm going to redo that. Wasn't good enough. I lied. I lied. There you go. That's better. Now the solder's actually adhered. Oh, come on YouTube, you can scroll the page. No, you can't scroll the page. Why would you decide to scroll the page? Jeez. So that's two of the pins. Oh no, hang on. No, I've done this up all wrong. I'm an idiot. This one's supposed to go to the... Ah, God, mirror imaging. I'm so bad at this. This one is supposed to go to one side of a choke and one of the contacts, so we'll just use a thin wire to connect it up to the choke. You bodgy sod, haha, indeed. I mean, I'm not paying 30 euros for a relay. Like, this product does not in any way warrant a price tag of 30 euros. Not in the slightest. I'd rather earn the like 2 euros I make from streaming this, to be honest. So now we've got both of our relay contacts, one of our choke contacts, and we'll just use a fat piece of wire to get the final one, since it's... oh, for fuck's sake, I've done this the wrong way around. I'm an idiot. So, the choke is those two. I just soldered a thin wire for the current carrying her. But never mind, they're connected together, so we can just kind of cross those and be happy. It's fine. I'll just grab that bendy. There we go. Have this go around. Like so. Beautiful. A piece of true art. Right, now the last one we need is the actual final relay contact, which does not need a thick wire, but we will use a thick wire anyway, because I want it to be mechanically anchoring the relay down, so I don't have to use more hot glue than absolutely necessary. We'll just tin the crap out of this. Tinning. What WD-40 is splattering all about. This goes on there. If I can keep it somewhat stable, I can't. Is that good? It's good enough. Chinese factory quality. Right. That should be ready to take the relay. So we've got our choke connecting on that guy, have a thin guy, and we've got our contacts between them. Where's my probe? Between the middle guy there and that guy. And that should work out with a pinout of this box, which is this goes to one of the side contacts, which is one of the relay choke connectors. This goes to the other, so that's alright. And these guys obviously are the choke, since they've got the die between them. And now all we need to do is bend the leads properly, and we'll be done. Bendy. On you go. And you too. And you. There we go, so that proper and round, all the way around the tin tiny lead, and you get wrapped around there. Now we Perhaps we have enough. Oh no, we can't really bend this one because it's gonna break the solder joint underneath there. Same. Maybe we can do better on this one. Oh yeah, that's good. That's proper. There we go. This one is gonna be a bit dodgy. Someone says the thin wire is still connected to the contact pin. It's supposed to, because there's a common contact and choke pin. Someone else says I would have soldered the thin wire on top rather than having it run up the side. Well, who cares? I gained a bit of, like the reason I'm actually running the thin wire, even though I could just bridge across these two, is that I gained a bit more mechanical stability having this going up. We need to consider this going into a vehicle where it's going to be moving around and vibrating all over the place. So I'd rather not have it any less mechanically rigid than I absolutely need it to be. And I really kind of do want to bend this guy. So let's just grab this here and hope we can manage it without ruining the solder joint. Like so. I think we might be good. Now let's just solder this together and see if it works. Sadly I can't bring it out to the vehicle with you because I don't have a HDMI lead that long. So you guys are going to get the least satisfying stream ending ever. But at least you got to see it get built. And I'll just put a tiny bit of solder on here to anchor those guys together. Someone says, I ruined my precision snips by cutting thick wire like that. That usually doesn't happen unless you cut something that's not copper, or you cut out of spec. This is actually specified for 1.3mm, and this is 1.5. I never use this to cut anything thicker than 1.5, and these last me a very, very long time. This is several years old then, as you might be able to tell. This is in perfect shape. So, Journey, while you might be ruining your snips, I'm not. I'm sorry, but you're doing something wrong. God, everyone's saying snips. Everyone's watching too much Big Clive. Now the question is, can we flip this on top? Nope, that's not happening. Well, kind of. That's not too bad. But that's not gonna... I don't think that's gonna actually fit. So I'm going to turn on my hot glue gun and just fill it up. But we'll make sure this complies with a pinout first, because I am an idiot and this could potentially be wrong. So lamp power supply on. And now I'm realizing that my leads are too short, so I'm gonna have to fetch some longer leads. Hot tip, you can never have too many banana wires of any variety. A technician is only worth the sum of all his adapters. There we go. Test leads. 14 volts. Lots of current. 8-bit on. So If we look at our schematic, it should turn on when we connect between there and there. And it should bridge between those guys, so let's see if that's the case. Zoom you guys out a bit. Oh, actually I have no idea. I didn't even care about which way around the diode goes. Clearly that way around. If the diode even works. So this should be connecting between there and there, and when I do that, it should stop. Yes, this works according to spec. So I think we're done. You know what? I am wearing a wireless mic, which could potentially reach all the way out of the car. I'll just go outside and shove this into the vehicle, and perhaps you can hear if it's going to work. You get to watch my glue gun in the meantime. Gone to car for test. There we go. Let's test the range of this wireless mic if I can find my light. Keep in mind, I have no feedback on whether or not this works. So, if I just go silent, you know what's going on. The advertised range of this thing is 100 meters, but I don't think that is including concrete bunkers underground, nor vehicles made. Service. The best sound vehicle. Right. Shoes. Common. Check. That's what I rip is the issues because this vehicle itself. Well, that's not a good thing. No matter how. And I would have ended the stream by now if I had a computer with me. But my computer down in the basement. I have no choice but to keep streaming this. Jeez, aren't I unlucky? I have heaps of cables in front of a door. And now we're back. Okay, did the audio work? Was it not working? Since it doesn't work. Well, I guess I'll have to. And gone lol. Okay. So the range of this wireless mic is more like 20 meters probably. But another relay works. So the car horn did not work at all. It was a huge disappointment. But the relay did click, so I'm just gonna hot glue it and keep it, since the old one was done for anyway. This needed to be done. So, I'm sorry the audio didn't work, at least now we know that. And I won't make that mistake again. Thank you, Rode, for having accurate advertisements on your products. I really do appreciate that. Because I really did not venture very far at all. I did expect it to work, since this is a rather expensive mic. Hundreds of euros. But on the top side, the relay did click as it's supposed to, so I didn't screw the pinates up. It didn't explode. It just means we have some further electrical issue. Perhaps the horn's burnt out. It's all a bit disappointing. But there we go. Big fat cream pie for you to end it on. What's the chat say? Strangely, when you were opening and closing the car doors, it was working. Were your car acting like a reflective antenna? Perhaps, because the car doors do kind of aim towards the camera, I guess. Oh well. At least we have a new relay now. Because again, the contacts on the old one were entirely bad. If I've got the guts, perhaps we can have... Ah yeah, that is horrible. Let's see if we can magnify this to any useful extent. Let's see if we can even get a magnifying glass in there. If I can find one. Where's my magnifying glass? I only own one. There we go. So that is a very, very pitted contact. There isn't any saving that. All the gold plating is gone. It's just a big pit where it used to be. So no wonder this was producing like 5 ohms when it's connected, and it just kind of intermediately. Ouch! That's gone horribly wrong. So yeah, we have done a good thing, but I need to get this vehicle inside the garage and figure out the wiring to the horn and see if the horn is broken, or see if the wires are broken, or see what's going on and what's just... Ugh. This is not a fun project. This is not a fun project at all. So with that, I'm gonna thank you for watching and go away. Have a good night, everyone.